All right, let's talk about leap quarterbacks. It seems like every year since like 2017, we have a second or third year quarterback take a huge leap where they go from being a quarterback that's just considered a signal caller, or maybe a quarterback that is predicted to be a franchise quarterback, to actually becoming a franchise quarterback, becoming a guy that people consider, or at least they debate, could be a top 10 quarterback in the league. Every year, it seems like there's one. Jared Goff did in 2017. And it was a second year for him, but he took that leap with Sean McVay, and then obviously they went to a Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes in 2018, he did it, and we know what Patrick Mahomes became, and that was his second year. Lamar Jackson did it in his second year in 2019. He kind of rose to prominence and became a quarterback that's considered a top 10, one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Josh Allen in his third year in 2020, he did it. Joe Burrow in 2021, they were able to go to a Super Bowl with Joe Burrow putting on his cape and proving that he's a top 10 quarterback. In 2022, it was a Jalen Hurts ascending to the ranks of being a top quarterback. Trevor Lawrence had a hell of a year, but it was his second year. Jalen Hurts, it was his third year. We did see Geno Smith, become a good quarterback in his ninth year, but that's a different discussion altogether. In 2023, I think it was Jordan Love. I think it was Jordan Love was that third year quarterback who took his game from, being the guy that was projected potentially to be a franchise quarterback to being definitely a franchise quarterback and a guy considered to be a top 10 QB. Now, 2024 was supposed to be easy because it was supposed to be, it's going to be CJ Stroud, or it's going to be, maybe Bryce Young. But CJ Stroud already took the leap. He's already considered a top 10 quarterback of having an historic and unprecedented rookie season, where he's already got cleats and footballs in the Hall of Fame. So my question is, who is it going to be in 2024? And actually, you can say Brock Purdy did the same thing. Brock Purdy was able to lead the San Francisco 49ers to a Super Bowl. So you had Brock Purdy have one of those breakout leap years as a quarterback. So who is it going to be in 2024? It could be more than one person. Like I said, in 2022, you had Jalen Hurts and Trevor Lawrence. Last year, you can say Jordan Love. Hell, you can throw CJ Stroud in there if you want to, or Brock Purdy in there if you want to, as the guys who took that leap. If I had to put money on it, I would say the leap. And as a Texans fan, I'm not happy about this because I think it could hinder the success of the Texans. Anthony Richardson, who started off like gangbusters.
Yeah.
We know he's a freakish athlete, but started off like gangbusters last year. Got hurt though, Patrick, but he's got a really good offensive mind there with him as a head coach. I like what Shane Steichen does offensively. And I think he's just got some of the best raw physical tools that you've seen. And we've seen that system work with Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia. So we know it'll translate to a skill set like Anthony Richardson. So he's one of the guys I would throw out there.
Yeah, I would say he's number one. He's got to be number one. If he can stay healthy, stay on the field, then he's your number one. Will Levis, also in that division, is probably somebody that you consider. Now, that team does not necessarily have all the weapons they need to have. They do have some wide receivers, but they're not a stacked team, and they're losing Derrick Henry as well, so they have to figure out the running game. But Will Levis, I think, would put on that list, because once you get past Will Levis, then it gets a little bit lighter of teams that you think are really going to compete at that level where they can do it. Because Bryce Young, you just don't expect Carolina to be in a position for him to do it. Even if he improves this year, you don't expect him to be in that position. And then once you get past that, Aiden O'Connell?
Like I said, you're right. It's a short list. It is.
Aiden O'Connell is right.
Will Levis or Bryce Young. Yeah.
And then
Justin Fields
in there, and Aiden O'Connell in Las Vegas is probably the starter right now for them in Vegas. But I mean, that's what I'm saying is that's his second year. He could be a guy. Right. If we're just saying quarterbacks who will start in that time frame, it's only 4 or 5 guys, and so I'll put him in there just so he's on that list. No one expects him to blow up. That team will be better than Carolina.
That's true.
The Raiders could be better than Tennessee, but I don't know if he's going to be better.
No, you're right. It's a short list of guys that it could be, because CJ Stroud screwed up because he had his leap year in his rookie year, which is not supposed to happen, but he's just a prodigy. And now I think Anthony Richardson, Will Levis, Bryce Young. Justin Fields, though, is one to watch. Let's see what Arthur Smith can do with Justin Fields' new leadership and a new change of scenery. All right.